Anyway, we will work on getting out those details as we go. But meanwhile, we have launched game number 3. This is the decisive game of this set. We will see TaToH in red, and it looks like we have a Nomad start here. I believe we do. By that I mean no TC. So TaToH will have to drop a lumber camp, as will Slam. Interestingly, Koreans versus Japanese. Interesting little matchup here. Should be it should be a good game. I'm excited for this one. So yeah, both players building up their lumber camps, going to get this thing started. Scouting around with sheep. Looks like Slam may have more sheep, and he is going to get a little bit more map reveal early on. As far as what's going on with these maps, what we see is tons and tons of stone. That is so random, so mega random. Tons of stone, tons of food, a decent amount of wood. Wood is still not, there aren't these fat, juicy wood lines that we sometimes see in mega random. But gold is incredibly limiting. Slam has 3 gold piles on his side, or 3 panels of gold. TaToH on the other side actually has a couple of 3-panel gold piles. So a little bit of an advantage if this game goes long term for TaToH. But as we saw in the first game, Slam had a gold pile advantage, but TaToH had a relic advantage. Tons of stone, that's heaven for Korea. Yeah, good point, good point. Yes, so tons and tons and tons of stone. We're going to see players here, well, once they get started, they're going to be booming up. There is one little bridge over the troubled waters here that can obviously be crossed by ships. I think both players will want to probably shut that down relatively early. TaToH doesn't know about it yet. Slam actually here with a pretty early advantage, knows about that land bridge, knows about that bridge, and has sent a sheep across. Boom heavy trash war that favors TaToH, I suppose. Hey, Europe, welcome. Welcome, Europe. Yeah, so I like Slam scouting here in the early game. TaToH seems to have a little bit better of a map in the fact that if he blocks off the center, he's going to have more gold than Slam available to him. Slam's TC is going to be in a nice spot to take food, which is, that's cool. It's going to get the job done. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't know how much Nomad TaToH plays, but Slam plays a lot of Nomad lately. He's been playing a ton and a ton of Nomad, and I think that could favor him in this game with the Nomad start. But we'll see. It could be absolutely meaningless. Scouting is about equal for both players, but Slam does have that one forward sheep who is not really figuring anything major out right now, but it's always good to have that forward scouting advantage on your opponent. If you look at TaToH's Fog of War, he's revealed his side very well, but he doesn't actually know the extent of the water in the middle. He doesn't know if this is a thin lake, if it's a thick lake, if there are a bunch of land bridges. He's actually just now finding the one land bridge that there is. Actually, it's a land nomad start, Kappa. Yeah, so interesting early game here. Like I said, maybe advantage to Slam because of his experience playing so much of these sorts of games, but maybe not. Maybe we won't see. Maybe we'll see TaToH play this one flawlessly. Certainly so far is doing just fine. Grabbing some food, keeping his TC going, has 3 villagers queued. On Slam's side, we are seeing about the same. Slam out to an early villager advantage, I suppose, by about a half a villager ahead. I don't know how you could be a half a villager ahead. Is it the top half or the bottom half? Slam also grabbing quite a few sheep. TaToH on the other side is doing pretty well, keeping his eco going, scouting around, but Slam still has this one sheep scouting, and now TaToH has done the same. So both players are starting to get a little bit of reveal of each other's maps. Both players probably know by now that there is one main bridge through the center. And yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what these guys decide to do. I feel like this is another map where the land bridge might be walled, and the water might be the thing that wins it. It would actually kind of surprise me if that wasn't the case. But I'm not here to speculate. I'm just here to watch. So yeah, Slam's booming up, as is TaToH. We are at 9 villagers. Slam has pulled out to almost a full villager advantage. Probably had his TC down a little bit sooner. Excuse me. But I don't know if it's going to add up to a hill of beans. I think it should be just fine. TaToH can come back from this. If we look from Fog of War, we can see Slam knows a little. TaToH knows a little as well. He probably lost his sheep over on this side, which tells him that that's where Slam is, and so that is the point of that sheep. Certainly both players with plenty of sheep can send a few across, but look at this. TaToH is going to send a villager. In the end game, TaToH has more wood on his map. Yes, he has a much bigger side of his map as well. Good point, Gloken. Has more wood, it has a lot more territory to work with, but this, to me, is very interesting. We have an early forward villager here, and she's going to get discovered. Slam is Johnny on the spot these couple of games with his scouting. This villager, I think, was going to be a snuck villager, but in the end, TaToH is going to... He's going to end up walling that villager. Ooh, ooh, is he going to sneak it? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We have to see this from Slam's Fog of War. Does he see the villager? Oh, TaToH is brilliant. Oh, that's a brilliant play. Oh, is Slam going to find him is the question, though. Slam has an idea that he's across, and he has found that villager. Oh, man. Slam is just so good. TaToH is... Oh, that was a brilliant play from TaToH. He walled up this side when Slam tasked his villager to building palisades. TaToH snuck back across and built these palisades from this side and started to run his villager in the back of Slam's area. Unfortunately, though, for TaToH, Slam knows he's there, so I think he should be able to... TaToH, the sneakiest of all span... Oh, wow. Yeah, TaToH with a beautiful play there. Absolutely beautiful, but I think Slam did see that villager, and he should be able to probably take care of it. We'll see. At the moment, he's just got a villager over there sort of wandering around. Quick dock down for both players. They will start building up their fishing economy. This is a Dark Age start. Game 3 is a Dark Age start. Slam's going to start to wall this in, and he's not going to see TaToH again. Seems like Slam didn't see it. I think he sent a villager over to try to, the villager who built this dock, and he should have seen it, but you're absolutely right, he may not have. But he is trying to wall in that corner because he thinks TaToH's down there. TaToH, once again, has pulled a little bit of a sneaky move. He's snuck across to the back of Slam's side, but he's getting so aggressive. TaToH's getting too aggressive here because Slam is going to see his sheep start to get converted. Oh, TaToH. Oh, my God. This is the suspense. Maybe it's because it's early, but TaToH converted or grabbed a sheep there that was not Slam's sheep. So Slam does not know. I think he's going to wall his resources. Arclight, you may be correct. There's a lot of stone on this map, so I'm not sure what his plan is. TaToH's scouting around with a villager, and he's such a ballsy early start. And I think that villager is... I don't know. I don't know if Slam knows about it. I thought he saw it. I thought he should have seen it. TaToH had one more line of sight with his Vil. Korean bonus. Oh, Gloken, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, that is going to maybe play heavily in his favor. But he's walking so close. He's using that extra line of sight to scout out his opponent while his opponent has no idea what he's doing. TaToH's going to be up to feudal about 20 seconds later than Slam. Slam with some pretty good early eco micro here. But the problem is that lurking villager could be a big deal in this one. Let's look at water. TaToH has 3 ships on water. Slam has 4. I wonder what's going to happen in the feudal age. Is TaToH just going to say, screw it, I don't need water, and he's going to build up this forward, or is he going to fight with Slam on the water? I don't know. It's very early to give up on anything, but he could go all in with this Snuck Vil and just start building everything and everything. Without that bonus, that Vil would have been GG already. If TaToH wins this game because of this Vil, it's gonna be epic. I'm gonna cast it 10 times in a row because wow, that was just beautiful. I love what happened on this side. He just so sneakily snuck that villager across, built those palisades from the other side, started running it, and now he is running amok in Slam's eco. You can see Slam knows effectively nothing about TaToH, but TaToH knows everything about Slam's side. Just about everything. Terra Danger, use the taco launcher. Welcome, Terra. Yeah, so both players up to feudal. Slam has 4 villagers on TaToH. That is including the villager he's using to scout. Yep, at the moment it is +2 vils for Slam, +1 fish, and yeah, that villager scouting around is obviously an idol. TaToH's going to build a house and maybe block in this stone pile. I think that's probably something that he could do that's pretty smart. But yeah, that's a good point. Arclight's right. You know, if TaToH can't get anything done with that Snuck Vil, he may have problems. But for the moment, it is about the water. We have 2v1 galleys. TaToH here seems to have the advantage. Slam inevitably will be building more, but TaToH's on double docks. And as far as I can tell, Slam is on triple. I'm sorry, I was going to say 1, but he's on 3 docks building galleys at full blast, so the water will be hotly contested. It looks like TaToH is not going to be walling up that stone. He's just going to build some houses and put that villager to work. I think he's got to go for a land push, right? He's got to snuck Phil. Has to do it. Slam on the other side is going to build a blacksmith. He's going to beef up his ships. TaToH is probably doing the same. Slam didn't scout the gold. Let's see. Oh, Noise, you are absolutely right. Wow, Slam unfortunately is 1 panel away from scouting that gold. Ooh, good point. I did not see that. No wonder he's not taking gold over there. He didn't scout it. On the other side, TaToH did scout his gold, and he's very happily taking it. And that's, you know, that's a little bit, I would say that's unfortunate for Slam, because with Mega Random, you never know what the map generation is. So, man, oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot to look at. He just was 1 panel away from seeing that gold. Trush will be pretty hard with 1 Vil. We'll see what happens. You should make monks and convert Vils first. Yeah, so for the moment, it seems to be a dock advantage for Slam. TaToH grabbing fletching, but Slam is going to be out of gold. Does Slam only have 1 gold pile? Yes, he does, and he doesn't even know about it. Slam has 1 gold pile, and he doesn't know that it exists. If we look at the Fog of War, oh, he does now see it. Oh, thank God. Still favored to win water versus Koreans. We'll see what happens with the water, but the land here is going to be interesting. Barracks coming up for TaToH, but look at this. Does Slam know about it? He's building an early tower. Very interesting. Slam does not know, but maybe he sees the deer running around here. I'm not sure. It's got to be the deer. But now Slam knows about TaToH's forward, and he's going to build a barracks of his own in defense. So TaToH with what I would say an advantage on the water because he has gold. He can keep reinforcing his galleys. I think he will win that if Slam doesn't get on gold here pretty damn soon. I suppose he can trade with his market as well. But it's the gray ground. Oh, the gray ground from the, I see, from the building being dropped. Slam knows. Slam does now know. Green grass disappears. Fair enough. Good point, Arclight. Touche, my friend. On the water, we have +1, +1 versus +1 galleys. TaToH probably thought he would lose water versus Japanese. Could be. For the moment, I think he's in good shape because he does have extra gold piles versus Slam. But Slam was selling stone. Yes, indeed. Have to sell stone in this map. That's inevitable, I think. Double archery range and a barracks for TaToH. Slam is going to do the same. Double archery range and a barracks. So Slam's going to have to push this back. If he does, he should be in decent shape. He has now stabilized the water. He's still not taking his gold. He's decided it's probably more efficient to sell in his market than it is to actually start mining his own gold pile, which is fine. He's doing just fine, winning the water. For the moment, both players having a bit of resource. TaToH can certainly go up to castle sooner as far as gold goes. Slam with a little bit more food, but we see those units from TaToH starting to be queued up. Thank you for the follow, Terra. Yeah, so archers on the way, barracks currently idle. Slam on the other side is probably doing something very similar. He's got a couple skirms. Seems like a smart move. He needs to win back his side. For the moment, it looks like a bit of a win for Slam on the water. Not just a bit of a win, but a win. He's certainly taken over the water with galleys. He knows about his opponent's forward, and Slam is in really, really good shape here. I love TaToH's early risk, but it doesn't look like it may not pay off. Slam's going to try to quick stonewall up this side, which I think he will get done because he has a tower and some skirms in defense. I did not see any villagers go down there, and in the end, TaToH's going to lose a few archers there. Slam's going to have stonewalls up across that side. He can then go and stonewall over here, which he has already tasked a villager to do. So I think he's going to be just fine holding out the forward aggression from TaToH. Meanwhile, on water, we see Slam with 5 fishing ships, and quite a big navy. So he's in good shape. He's attacking TaToH's docks so that TaToH cannot reinforce, but TaToH has clicked up to feudal age to castle age first. Slam's going to be not too far behind. Maybe about 1 minute behind will be Slam, and he'll have a bigger army and a bit of a fish boom going. Not a huge boom. For the moment, actually, TaToH with a 2-villager advantage and Slam with a couple of idols due to his walling, I would suppose. But yeah, in the end, it seems like Slam has stabilized the ship. He's not going to leave any holes in his wood line. This wood line is pretty darn vulnerable, so he's built a few towers to protect it. I wonder if Slam will switch over to a different wood line here relatively quickly. But yeah, those archers from TaToH have been cleaned up. They did grab one of Slam's Vil. Arclight, TaToH went up with 21 Vils and Slam went up with 23. TaToH was -1 from the sneak. That's a lot of time. Yes, I agree. TaToH lost a lot of time. Unfortunately, you know, he lost his fishing eco. Slam is now starting to put the squeeze on him. TaToH needs to make something happen here pretty soon, or else he's going to get swamped out. But one nice thing that he's done is he's started to build a few more docks. Slam will probably scout this, I would assume. He's using his galleys to take down the docks that are currently there. I would think Slam's done such a great job scouting these games. I would think he will scout this. But for the moment, he's going to forget about scouting. He's going to come forward with a couple of archers to harass TaToH in his own side. TaToH's military buildings are all on Slam's side, and they're all queued up. So let's see what's going on. We have a couple of archers. We have Blacksmith down. It looks like it could be a bit of an archer push. Seems to make sense with that particular civilization. I don't think the sneak was worth it. You can just transport across since it's such a big lake. Yeah, absolutely. In the end, that forward getting discovered is a huge thorn in the side of TaToH. It may end up being a nail in his coffin, but we'll see if he can pull this one out of the fire. It is a tournament game. He has to fight it down to the end. He is rebuilding some ships on water. He's got a couple fire ships out. Both players to Castle Age now. Slam is in the back of that eco, though, with 5 crossbows. Amazing what a few crossbows can do. Going to idle that stone pile and grab a Vil. Slow down this tower, which was halfway up. Whoop, whoop. If you lose water, you can't transport anymore. Yeah, at the moment, we are seeing a little bit of water aggression from TaToH with a couple fire ships trying to take back a little bit of the water. Is he building more? No, he isn't. So it looks like he's going to be happy with, well, he does have a second TC up. That's one bonus for him. I think Slam is probably still on 1. Slam on 1 TC, TaToH on 2. Slam is finally now taking that tiny little bit of gold that he has. I don't believe either player is taking any relics yet, but there is a monastery up for Slam. So yeah, pretty interesting game here. It seems like it's Slam's game to win. He's certainly controlling the water. He's got a few snuck units. He's annoying the land. He's getting some good scouting on his opponent. What he needs to do, though, is to find these docks. Maybe he doesn't need to find them. He knows they're there. The fire ship's still in play from TaToH. Those are sort of running Slam's war galleys across the map. Interestingly, Slam is up to war galley. Not queuing up anymore for the moment, and his fishing eco is going to be harassed. But what's going on the other side? We have a Mangonel in play, starting to chop away at those buildings with a couple of skirms as well, trying to focus down that forward villager. They will kill her. So that is the end of the new buildings on the forward here for the old Totster. But I think TaToH's in okay shape. Does have that second TC. Has a chance, a fighting chance to win this. At the moment, equal on villager count. Obviously needs to do something risky and make something happen. Potentially transporting across to this side. It could be a viable strategy for him. I just don't know. He needs to do something. If the game continues the trend it's going, I think Slam's just going to swamp him out. But nice little Mangonel shot there from TaToH. He's going to get another one in, and these crossbows are now in some trouble. Just 2 of them left. So a nice little job in defense there from TaToH. Oops, I just moved away at the wrong time. But we do see relics coming in. So I'm collecting relics. Slowly beating down this forward aggression from TaToH. Let's see what's queued up. We have 1 archer in both of these ranges. So a bit of a paper tiger there. Just 1 archer in each range to make it look like he's doing something there. Meanwhile, Slam seems to be ready to take on the fire ships and maybe head toward this dock. There is the transport ship that we might have expected from TaToH. But what is he headed? What is he sending toward it? At the moment, nothing. He's grabbing relics. He's, I would have to expect some villagers to be... Ooh, what just blew up? I think we're just hearing the fight on water. TaToH's still with this transport ship that has not been found, as far as I can tell. Is he going to sneak a monk across? Looks like he will. Maybe he'll just go across and grab this relic and come back. That is not an uncommon strategy on these types of maps. We'll see what he does. So Relics starting to come in. Let's see what the score is on Relics. At the moment, it is 3 for TaToH, 1 for Slam. So TaToH has a gold advantage, and he has a relic advantage for the moment. He's actually going to steal one of Slam's here now. But let's see if he gets it back across. Look at Slam. Slam is a brilliant, brilliant player. He's going to run one of those war galleys across and sort of take over this entire side. I think the transport ship has enough HP that it's going to be fine to let that monk off, but that transport is not going to survive. Slam is just, he seems to see everything. Just such a great player. He's going to knock down this archery range, and that is going to be just a beautiful play for him. It seems to be GG to TaToH's forward on this side. On the other side, TaToH did sneak in and grab a relic, but I think he lost that transport ship. He's also lost the fire ships that he had on water. Japanese counter Koreans in every way. Easy win. I suppose that is one way to look at it. Now the center land bridge is open and Slam is in, and this is a huge, huge problem for TaToH. TaToH is down 5 vills at the moment. He is down 30 in the military count. That is mostly Navy, but this army is probably enough to put another nail in TaToH's coffin. TaToH's gonna have relics. You got to give him that. He's gonna have lots and lots of relics ready to go. The question is, Slam Illuminati confirmed. Slam may be part of the Illuminati. TaToH's going to try to defend here with a couple mangonels. We're going to see another castle drop here. We've seen that in all 3 games. Slam is going to, yeah, that's a good position. He's going to have a base of operations now inside of TaToH's area, and he can start to creep in on him with more castles. If we look at TaToH's stone, he doesn't have much. Slam doesn't have much either, but this map is absolutely chock full of stone. So we'll see more and more stone and probably more castles depending on how much longer this game goes. Slam's castle will be up soon. I don't see TaToH denying it. And he will have a huge, huge advantage. Not only does he have water with 8 fishing ships happily working away, he has a equal amount of villagers on land, and he's starting to take over some of TaToH's island. Gonna drop a couple archery ranges right off the bat and continue to try to push on him. TaToH up to Imperial. That was a ray of hope for a moment, but Slam is only 18 seconds behind, so I think TaToH is not going to have much of an advantage at all there. Unfortunately, the one thing going in TaToH's favor is he probably has collected more gold at this point, seems to have more relics, and he does have more gold piles on his side of the map. At the moment, it is it's 5-5, so it's equal on relics, but the gold collected is majorly in TaToH's favor. But I don't know if it's going to matter because Slam is creeping in. He's about to take over this gold pile from TaToH, and that is going to be one less thing that TaToH has in his arsenal. Starting to look like there are a lot of downsides now for TaToH to try to win this game. He's got, his opponent has 1 water and is sort of just hanging out, happily patrolling around on the water. He will not be to Imperial Age much sooner. He will not have, he'll have a defensive castle, but he won't have full control of his island. His forward is now totally GG. Just a couple of houses left that Slam is happily whittling away at. And it seems like it is the middle of the end, I suppose. One thing, though, that tower is in a nice spot there for TaToH. It's going to stop Slam from really happily mining this gold. Slam's got a few archers that he's going to be poking and prodding around with, maybe slowly starting to put a little more pressure on TaToH. Still has a sheep in the back. Interesting. What are the chances? Transport ship for Slam is not very active because that center island is open and Slam has completely controlled the mouth of that on TaToH's side. Slam happily moving across with +2/+2 crossbows. Imperial Age just a moment away. TaToH's going to take a little bit of a gamble here and go Onager, which is that's a smart move on his part. As Koreans, he can certainly try to take down this huge archer skirmisher mix that his opponent is building. But the problem is he's getting creeped on with castles, and I don't see a way for him to stabilize that. But he's going to do the best he can. He'll have ballistics quite soon. Slam will have bracer. The rich keep getting richer, as they say. Excuse me, these crossbows will get stronger and beefier as he goes. Slam will drop another castle, and eventually he will whittle away at this keep. And yeah, the troubles continue here for TaToH. Losing map control, slowly getting pushed on. One nice thing he does have out, though, is he has a treb. There's a samurai that's going to try to come in to take it down, but oh, I like this little push from TaToH. Needs to focus down this samurai, which he did miss him there, but he'll be fine. There's a couple of guard towers here, so he's going to be fine. And this is a little bright spot for TaToH. He's going to get this castle probably for free. He has a knight in that's going to grab... is he going to get this treb down? No, it's not quite going to get it down. But 2 trebs and a couple of siege units in defense there for TaToH. He is getting pushed on the other side. But man, he can take this castle down. Okay, Slam just in time. Johnny on the spot with villagers. Those are now in and able to repair that castle. Keep it alive for a second, but it's going to go down. Man, I like this. I like this from TaToH. This is the best chance that he has. This is... I would not have been smart enough to think of what he's doing right now, which is basically doing what you should do as Koreans. Oh, look at that. He kills all of those villagers and that treb. Slam's going to have rams in play to try to push on those onagers. But man, TaToH making a bit of a risky but somewhat useful move. He's getting pushed in on and kind of crushed on that flank, which is really unfortunate for him, but he is slowly regaining his side. That army from Slam is going to clean up TaToH on that side, but I don't think it's GG quite yet. This army from TaToH can come over, can grab this castle. His castle will be up very soon, and I think he's going to be just fine against... Ooh, look at that. So many powerful onager shots. All of a sudden, it is a treb v treb war. Interestingly, Slam with what looked like maybe a knockout blow, he's going to have to earn it. He's still going to have to earn it. TaToH's going to take down his castle by the looks of it, because Slam doesn't have any villagers close by. Those trebs are now 3. There are 3 trebs and a couple onagers, a 4th treb on the way. Going to quickly take down this castle, and Slam's big investment is sort of getting cleaned up. Obviously, Slam's still with a huge score lead. He has a 4 villager advantage and an 8 fish advantage. Does Slam really have 5 relics as well? I think Slam has grabbed more relics since we looked. It is 6 relics for each player. But soon, TaToH... Oh, Slam did not do enough damage to this monastery to take the relics out. Oh my gosh, look at this. Slam running in with light cav. Look at TaToH with a couple of really great shots there. And that's going to save him a ton, because the castle can now clean up the light cav. So he's going to lose an onager there, but he's going to survive. Slam's going to continue running in. Decent shot there from TaToH, but not the greatest. This is an interesting moment, because how many of these onagers Slam can snipe is actually pretty important. There's now just 3 onagers in defense of all of those trebs, which could be interesting. That certainly takes a little wind out of TaToH's sails, but Slam losing a lot of light cav there. Slam pushing on the other side with Arbs. Sorry, tough word for me at 6 a.m. But what's going on? TaToH with quite a few idols. Slam with a huge fishing advantage. Slam with the eco advantage in a big way. But he's going to take a few losses here, I suppose, to this onager. Nice little split. Yeah, he's going to lose 3. What is up with TaToH's momentum? It's starting to slowly, it's starting to peter out a little. We saw more light cavalry from Slam there. He was able to grab at least a couple more onagers. Just 1 onager in defense now from TaToH. He needs to get more onagers on the field. Duh. Killer B with the obvious statement of the day. Needs to get some more onagers out. Oh, he's going to lose this last one. So those trebs are now naked and afraid, sort of sitting out there in the open like a sore thumb. TaToH able to push back Slam's castle in a lot of his forward aggression. He's going to build a castle on his own gold and try to win it back. You know, Slam with a huge eco advantage, but he has not dealt a blow that is a knockout blow yet. TaToH should absolutely not be GGing out of this just yet. Once these light cav come in and start taking down villagers, if they... Ooh, nice quick wall there. Nice house from TaToH. It's going to stop Slam from walking around that side. I love these pro players. As soon as the other team's army turns around, they just delete their quick walling. More quick walling as well for TaToH. Like this play a lot. He's going to survive. He's going to survive for the moment. But Slam is starting to boom. Naked and afraid. Yes, indeed. Slam is going to start to boom up on the other side with quite a few castles. Elite Samurai indeed, says Noise. Yeah, absolutely. That is going to be pretty useful against... TaToH really has nothing in defense. He's been defending really with onagers and castles. So we'll see how he does, but I think that's a good unit choice. In the end, onagers, they're here, they're trying to stop the bleeding. The villager count is okay for TaToH, but just so many idols. Slam sending in those light cavalry time after time. Oops. TaToH's wonder was destroyed. Oh boy. TaToH is trying to get a wonder up. Very interesting. So, as you guys know, there is a wonder victory clause to this whole thing, and it looks like TaToH is trying to invoke the wonder victory. It's a last chance, Hail Mary, last gasp. You have to have that wonder for, I think, 100 years. I'm not exactly sure how long that is in real time, but it's quite a while. It's not just a couple of seconds. TaToH's going to have a castle in defense of that wonder. He's going to be undiscovered by Slam at the moment, so he might have a chance here. But as you can see from Slam's Fog of War, wonders are immediately revealed once your opponent starts to build them. What did I say TaToH would do? Oh, I don't know, Gloken. Did you say you'd build a wonder? If you did, you certainly called it, my friend. I'll have to look back in the chat. TaToH working away like crazy to build that wonder, but they just take forever to build. And Slam, meanwhile, is just whittling away with Elite Samurai. Nostradamus 1v1 gained. Oh, did he say wonder? Did he say he would wonder? Oh, that's amazing. TaToH's going to try to hold this with Siege Onagers and Trebs and a couple of Knights. And then be happy how pro he is. I think that's a really nice call. I didn't know we were going to see a wonder here. That wonder will be up relatively soon. TaToH's going to have a bunch of keeps in defense. He's going to do the best he can. I feel like Slam's in a great position. That wonder is not yet up. Slam is starting to continue. Well, he's continuing to push. He's got Rams on the way. But we'll see. I mean, TaToH needed a Hail Mary, and this is his play. So, we pretty much wait. We wait and see how quickly Slam whittles away against TaToH's eco. How close, excuse me, how soon he gets into the economy and into that wonder. TaToH's actually getting quite a bit of time here, though, to build castles and keeps. He has just one knight in defense. Obviously not a lot of gold on this map for either player. If we look at TaToH's resources, he's spent pretty much everything. Has some gold, still banked up. Needs to spend it all. Needs to go all in on this. He's going to build a lumber camp, get a little more of a wood economy going. But yeah, this is it. This is it. That wonder is going to go up. Interestingly, Slam is slowly whittling away. Man, I'm starting to get nervous. Slam seems to be seems to be happy with his progress here. He's slowly just whittling away at TaToH's area. You'll win if it stands 200 years. So that the wonder is up and the clock is ticking. It has been 109. It's been 5 years already. Oh man, oh man. Why am I getting so nervous? Oh, the wonder hanging over all of our heads is just, it's really playing on me here at whatever it is, 6:30 in the morning. Slam is going to slowly push his way in. TaToH's going to try to defend with onagers. He's going to hold as long as he can. He needs to hold for 186 more years, and he might just do it. I think he's going to hold this. This is craziness. Slam has light cav. He's building up barracks like crazy. He's knocked all of TaToH's relics out of his monasteries, but man, I don't know. This doesn't seem like a fast enough push from Slam to get the job done. Oh boy, 178 years. This one is going to come down to the wire. Wonders are so lame, I must say, says Europe. I agree, but you know, it's the rule of the tournament. It kind of keeps things crazy and interesting. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Whew, Slam just slowly pushing in. I'm not sure exactly what his plan is. Is he going to try to walk around the horn? Oh, look at that beautiful building. Is he going to try to walk maybe around the horn here and get in on TaToH, or maybe around the other side? Yeah, I don't think Slam will get this wonder. Maybe with mass trebs. Ooh, Clem, I don't know, man. I think you're right. Look at all the onagers here in defense. And Slam is slowly working his army forward. TaToH has built some stone walls. And, oh, man, this is starting to look bad. This is starting to look bad for Slam. 160 years left to knock down that wonder. Running in with light cav, trying to slow the bleeding, trying to slow the onagers down. But man, look at this. We're going to see some epic onager shots, I think. Oh man, this is craziness. I just don't see how Slam can do it in time. But he is ducking and dodging with all of those units, doing a good job to avoid the onager shots, slowly trebbing his way in. Gonna start ramming down the walls here. Siege Workshop in defense, we will see more onagers indeed from TaToH. A couple of nice onager shots, but look at this. The elite skirms are in. They're going to start grabbing some of these onagers, so a nice little play there from Slam. He's going to drop a castle. He's going to be able to keep pushing on this side, but we are down to 144 years before the Wonder Victory is invoked. Man, I think we're going to see a Wonder Victory. I don't know. If anybody can pull this off, though, it's Slam. TaToH with another castle in defense. He's going to try to hold the line there. Slam would do well to walk right around the edge when he gets an army to do so. He hasn't scouted over there at all. I hope he does not try to walk up here through the middle, because that is where TaToH is most defended. Trebs are really expensive in this map. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. Well, towers are almost free. Yes, indeed. Man. Ooh, boy. This is going to be a Wonder Victory, I think. This is crazy. TaToH has a Wonder up. There's 129 years left. I think that's equivalent to about 5 minutes of game time. That's my guess. Sorry, I don't know the definitive answer to that. Slam is slowly pushing. He's trying to do his best, but the onagers are just so hard to push in on in a quick way. Perfect civ for TaToH, says Clem. Yeah, indeed. It turns out that Koreans is a really great civ for TaToH here to try to hold. The range on those onagers are too good. Are those siege onagers? They are onagers still. I see my ancient TDA lessons are paying off for TaToH. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, this is craziness. This is craziness. Slam is going to have a lot of trouble here. One thing he can do for the moment that gate is open, he could have held it open, but he's not going to be able to. Nope. Slam, hold it. Needs to leave that. Oh, needs to leave that. It's just not enough units to make a difference, to be honest. But, Pack Treb's coming for Slam. Slam's still trying to push. I feel so bad for him because he's really done everything else to win this. Yeah, so light cavalry still pushing around for Slam, but man, it just seems like it's too little too late. Just 100 years left before the Wonder Victory is invoked, and TaToH still has a huge army in defense. Maybe 8 or 10 onagers, several towers, lots of castles, and man, he is just, this is the right play. Whether you like Wonder Victories or not, whether you like the rules, that particular rule or not, that is the right play for this tournament. That was his only chance to win. And, you know, in the end, it looks like it's going to be enough. Looks like it's going to get the job done. TaToH is still taking so much gold in the north. He's still taking gold in the north, absolutely. Still able to build up his army, and Slam, who would be able to push, sort of trash push TaToH out of this game in a regular scenario, is unfortunately not going to have enough. At least if you're a Slam fan, it's unfortunate. Slam needs to use monks. I don't think there's anything Slam can do now. This is a stonewalled in Wonder. You can see there is a 1-panel space between the wall and the Wonder itself. That's going to mean that rams don't cross over and damage that Wonder. Slam had to do a Wonder himself earlier. I suppose he could have, man, but he got a little bit blindsided here, and he's gonna lose. He just doesn't have any momentum. He spent so much energy trying to push into that area against a bunch of castles and towers that Slam, in fact, doesn't even have the larger army in a lot of ways. He does have Cavalier, though. I didn't see that coming. He has Cavalier and Siege Workshops. He's gonna make one more push. Those Cavalier can certainly run in. They should be able to tank enough arrow fire to get to the stone walls, but that's as far as they're going to get. 60 years left before a Wonder Victory. How about this from TaToH? TaToH he's going to get this win. Slam must be so shocked right now. I am so shocked right now. Slam probably is shocked, but I'm shocked as well. TaToH playing this tournament very, very well throughout. Yes, indeed. Slam is wondering how he lost. Indeed. But you have to give credit to TaToH. The rules are what they are. TaToH knows them and made the only play he could. The only possible play TaToH could have played to win this game in the end was to build a wonder. Slam beat him on water. He beat him on land. As we said, TaToH was never really, he was never totally knocked out of this one, but he was awfully close. He was awfully close to getting knocked out. And in the end, Slam's going to build some capped rams. He's going to do everything he can. He's going to use every last second to try to win this. But it looks like the wonder victory is now inevitable. TaToH's grabbing his relics again. He is tripling down his keep on that side. He thinks that's where Slam's push is going to come from. Slam's push is actually going to come straight from the front, but it's just going to have to go through so much of an area. It's going to have to cross all of these keeps, walk, slowly roll those rams all the way across in front of these castles, knock down the walls, and get to the wonder. And that's just not going to happen in 2 minutes. Harry Rectum was Slam. Harry Rectum, I just realized how awesome your name is. This is an upset. Yes, I would say that. Slam is probably, arguably, the best 1v1 player in the game. You know, being as good as Slam is, you would expect him to be the favorite anytime. I'll show you the bracket after. And it looks like Slam is now chatting because he has lost, but he's being very polite to TaToH and probably giving him good luck in the future. Yep, good luck in the next game. And there you have it. What an upset.